A very good evening to you and welcome to the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, which is the heart and soul of football as far as the venue is concerned, right here in Jakarta. This is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. And up next, it's going to be a match to remember. Defending champions Vietnam, who have won the previous two tournaments, take on Cambodia. Will Cambodia be able to throw a spanner in the works, or will it be Vietnam to dominate? We're going to find out today. It's been a fairly pleasant day here, and as long as the rain doesn't come down, I think I'm just going to be thankful for that. We will have our teams walking out right now. Remember, this is the last day of the group stage, and while this Group B encounter is being played here, there's a Group C encounter being played over at the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium, and that is in Bekasi. So, two venues, we've had fantastic games. It's been a really exciting time for us. Do or die for Cambodia, and a must-win for Vietnam to keep their title defense alive. Let's find out what happens. Vietnam have got 3 points in the bag. Cambodia have got 1. Vietnam sit at the top of the Group B table, while Cambodia and Laos were on 1 point each. Of course, Cambodia are still in second position because they haven't played out this game as yet. So first up, it's going to be time for us to do our alma mater, which is of course the national anthems of the respective teams. We will start off with the national anthem of Vietnam, and that will be followed by the national anthem of Cambodia. After which, of course, we will get you acquainted with the teams. So don't go anywhere as we launch into the action in just a little bit.
And now, the national anthem of Cambodia.
So let's get you acquainted with the starting lineup for Team Vietnam. It's going to be Quoc Viet and Victor who will take up strike positions. And on the wings, you've got, Pi Huong and Anh Quan, along with Kang, Xuan Bak and Jong. Then on the defense, of course, you've got Nhat Ming, Lee Duc and Heel Ming, all who will assist keeper Jung Kien. It's a 3-5-2 formation that we're looking at. The team photos now. Just to differentiate, of course, it is Cambodia who are wearing blue and white. And their captain, of course, is Lee Heng, who's the goalkeeper. And this is our main officials for today. Mustafa Zulfikar of Singapore is our main referee. He's being assisted by Chitmo Ai of Myanmar and Mohammad Faisal, who is from Brunei. Our fourth official is Faruski Nofal of Indonesia. Here are two captains. Liang, of course, for choosing the side. And here we go with the lineup of Cambodia. Soknet and David will lead the attack, and they'll be assisted by Lihor and Luka on the wings. And you've got Sokapat, of course, on as a right wing back. In the midfield, Sinthi and Devon will assist the strikers, along with Vanet and Vanvit, who will be the key defenders to assist Lee Heng. So it's a 4-4-2 formation for Cambodia. And that's substitutes for today. You've got a couple of, well, youngsters in there, and we'll talk about them as we get through the game. So very quickly, let's run through, well, the most important part. We've got, of course, a minute's silence, so do stay with us.
Thank you.
And that's, well, Kim Sang-sik, the head coach, former legend from the Korean national team. And at the other end, we've got well, the coach of Cambodia. And that's Kim Sang-sik still. He's the coach of Vietnam. And if you're trying to figure out what that 1 minute silence was for, that was really for the tragic accident that happened at Halong Bay, where a boat capsized, unusual windstorm that hit it, and well, many lives were lost. So always always a heartwarming gesture, and you know, well, best wishes and thoughts go out to the families who lost people. So it was a tragic accident, and Vietnam, of course, is doing everything they can to help out. But Halong Bay, one of the most beautiful spots in the world. If you haven't been there, you should take a trip. Right back to the field here, and on the pitch, 27 degrees Celsius, 78% relative humidity, 11 kilometers wind speeds. It's not too windy here, but We might have a storm on the pitch. Let's find out. Vietnam kick off into the game. And here it is. The last of the group stage encounters. One of the two last games. The other one, of course, is being played at the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium. Vietnam in red and Cambodia in the blue jerseys, the light blue jerseys, sky blue. That's the right color. Sky blue jerseys and white shorts. It's going to be an interesting one here today because Cambodia would love to play spoil sport, but don't forget, Vietnam are twice defending champions, having won the two previous editions of the ASEAN Under-23 Championship. They are an outstanding team, and they really come all guns blazing in this contest. To take the throw now, it's Anh Quan. Well, moving ahead, you got Van Jong. Nakara was trying to, well, just get that ball away for good measure, trying to avoid a corner. That's a very early corner for Vietnam. They'll be happy about that, no doubt about it. And stepping up to take it, it's the captain, Van Kang. Van Kang is a national team player as well, one of the more experienced lads and a very able leader on the pitch. Very interesting that Vietnam have gone in with the 3-5-2 formation, and it's quite mid-heavy to counter the 4-4-2 that Cambodia have put up there. Well, the most traditional or the most popular of the formations, the 4-4-2, is always the safest bet, but sometimes when players do go in with the 3-5-2, it's that middle line that happens to be very, very effective in terms of defense. And here you've got players, you've got Van Kang, Xuan Bak, and Van Jong, all who can play, well, defense and attack down that middle line. You know, Pi Hong on the left wing, and then you've got Anh Quan on the right wing, and these two lads can be feeders for Quoc Viet and Victor, who are right up in front. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how Cambodia actually battle the Vietnam formation. Now picking it up, it's Van Jong. Quick pass there to the keeper, Jung Kien. Jung Kien is another very, very interesting lad, also a part of the national squad, plays for the senior team as well. And these are quality players. We always talk about some players being, you know, a star in the making, some on the rise, but then you already have players in there who are, well, up there and established. And that's the interesting part. Nakara will take the throw in. I don't think Hiel Ming was too happy about that. Ball just being knocked over, and the guilty party this time was Sok Net. You got a couple of, well, very talented lads on both sides of the half. You got, well, Luca Lim for Cambodia, who does, of course, ply his trade for a club in New Zealand, but very exciting player to watch in action. He's playing on the right wing. And I think Sokha just Well, checking with the referee. Well, that wasn't granted to him. Free kick opportunity for Vietnam. Well, time to shine early in the game. And it's Van Jong who's, well, stepped up to do the honors. I don't think referee Mustafa is, well, too happy. Just a word there for Victor. Well, that's going to go away from the target. Not close enough to it, but all the same, powered that one through. Van Jong. Well, it's all really on a, spot kick specialist mind at that point of time. Just deciding to go in with a solo effort there. Here's a bit of surprise. Well, Lee Heng sends the ball back into, well, the Vietnam half. Well, just a bit of a stumble there for Anh Quan. And here we go, 71% possession for Vietnam, 29% for Cambodia. No attempts on goal, so it's going to be a while before we see that. Hopefully not too long. 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And the reason I'm saying that is because, well, Cambodia have definitely come prepared. And it's kind of strange when you think about it. Yesterday, I did have a chance to, had the opportunity to cover the Philippines and Brunei game. And Brunei put on a show. And I was just massively impressed by it because they played out of their skins. The kind of saves that their keeper Hisham produced were outstanding. And that's the first shot on goal from Cambodia. Well, that came in as a surprise. Absolutely marvelous work being done by Sin Thi Chu. Also a member of the senior team, the national squad. And that's one talented lad. Well, bang on target. Good stop there by keeper Chung Kien. I was just saying surprise is the best element of attack, and here go Cambodia. So we've got something to change in the statistics. Because that was not just an attempt, but it was on target as well. Absolutely marvelous work being done here by Cambodia. I do love it. If you want to take the game to, well, the defending champions, well, more praise for that. I was just saying that Brunei did that yesterday. It's not the champions, but they played against the Philippines and they played out of their skins. And had a quick word with their coach, Aminuddin Jamat, at that time. And he had something beautiful to say, and this is what you learn from coaches. He said, unless you're going to get beaten to a pulp, or unless, you have a few losses along the way, you're never going to realize the value of winning. And progressively, Brunei had done that. So let's find out what Cambodia do here today. We all kind of neglect that sometimes. The coach's philosophy, it's just outstanding. Some of the coaches write the best quotes, if you ask me. Corner opportunity here will be taken by Van Jong. Pulled away just in time. It's Lee Hor. Cambodia do know that they've got to get away. David will just held back. And that doesn't happen too often. So 9 minutes in. You've had just one attempt on goal, but Cambodia beginning to look very sharp here. Here's Soknet. Quick pass ahead there from Sin Thi. Victor will claim it. Sends it back to Anh Quan. Anh Quan needs a helping hand. Heel Ming will take control. It's back to keeper Jung Kien, who's moved it off to, well, Nhat Ming. Nhat Ming and Victor. A bit of a collision there, but actually took the impact off, swinging himself upwards. Here's Anh Quan back again. Decides to get Van Jong back in it. captain trying to make that difference here. Van Kang. Defensive measures being taken. Quick clearance there by Vanet. And definitely a free kick opportunity here for Team Vietnam. Well, Soka looks on. And it's Pi Huang, who was brought down. Well, win or lose, I do love that attitude. Soka, the number 18. You need a player like that in the team. You need a player who can stand tall and stare down the opposition. Absolutely loving this contest. Opportunity here for Team Vietnam. Stepping up here, it's Quoc Viet. That's the biggest rising star in Vietnam currently. He's got a good foot on him normally. Puts it past the left post. I was just talking to the lads from the team, and you know, when this lad, the number 9, gets going, everyone in the team rises to the occasion. It's kind of strange, isn't it? It's, well, while the captain, you know, Van Kang does lead the lads and orchestrate pretty much what happens on the pitch. But all it takes is for Quoc Viet to start scoring. And on his day, apparently fairly unstoppable. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets one through. And all it needs is one to get started. And on collision course there. He was the Vietnam captain as well. Quick pass back now to Vanet. And that's going to sail straight back to Jung Kien. 12 minutes in. Let me remind you, of course, that this is the last of the group stage encounters, the last of the 2 encounters being played out today. Then, of course, on the 23rd and 24th, there will be a break. And on the 25th, we get back to the action with the semi-finals. And then on the 26th, it's a breather. 27th, the third place match will kick in. 28th will be preparation for the big one, which happens on the 29th. And that's the finale of the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. It's been a joy watching the lads in action, finding out so many new talent that has come to the fore here. And Luca gets right behind it to take the free kick. Just making sure that Victor is not close enough to shake his hand. Luca, pretty much the star of the Cambodian team. The entire team will dotes on him. Put that up in the air, but the Vietnam defense, 2 heads rising just to get that ball away. Did have a chance to talk to Park, who's you know, the manager with the team, and he handles most of the media as well for, you know, Vietnam. And I was just asking him, what is it that makes, you know, the Vietnamese team special? And he said it's that Vietnamese fighting spirit. And if you go back in time to many ASEAN contests, including the ASEAN Championship, where the senior teams play, Vietnam have always had that fighting spirit. They don't give up. It's been a fairly slow start from them, though, having said that today. And I think Cambodia also really putting in their best here. And I think that might have just kind of stalled Vietnam a bit. But let's find out. Let's find out. I'm all for, well, I'm just one of those that roots for an upset. But, you know, if the favorite wins it, it's good for me all the same. Ball safe hands there from Lee Heng. Got to it just in time. Straight off here to Vanet. Was actually looking for Nakara. And it's Ain Kwan who'll take the throw-in. Now stepping in, Lee Duk. 74 passes from Vietnam against 34 from Cambodia. 92% accuracy from Vietnam versus 62 from Cambodia. 2 fouls conceded by the lads in red and 4 by the blue and white. Get straight off here, back to Van Jong. Van Jong drawing in Hiel Ming. Hiel Ming stretching it right across, and well, the captain decides to come in as well, and he'll receive it from Nat Ming. Nat Ming was placed down the left wing. Here Zain Kwan. Well, decides to take that through. Doesn't normally veer too much from the right flank. Just moving up to the center, and Vietnam definitely have got a plan in here. They've got players that can switch positions, throw an opportunity earned here, and it's straight off Sokha. If you look back at the two coaches, and they've had quite a colorful career, and I mean in terms of actually, you know, being in charge of either playing career or as a coach. So the Cambodia coach, Kyoji Gotoku, is the former defender, a native of Shizuoka, 60 years old. Well, that's a bit of a blind effort. Not in control of that, but just decides to take the shot here. Quoc Viet. And he's got an absolutely strong foot on him. Oh, look at the power behind that. That just flew. So, Kyoji Gotoku, the Cambodia coach, well, used to play in his studying days for Tokai University before he moved to Werder Bremen 2 in Germany for a year, and then back to Toyota Motors. Never had a very long career, but as a manager, he's had a very, very long career. He's managed teams like Shimizu S-Pulse in Japan, which is the club. He's managed the Bhutan team, the country, the Nepal team, Nepal under-23, and all the way from 2019, he's been with Cambodia. Under-21 first, then under-23, then under-17, under-21 again from 2024 to 2025, and of course, Cambodia. So the national team, Cambodian national team from 2024, and the under-23 from 2023. Brings a sense of well, Japanese football. He brings the style of Japanese football to the Cambodian team, and if you do notice them, you will see glimpses of it, especially in their passing styles, the way that they work down the flanks, the right and the left. For my money, it's basically Sokha Pat, the number 18 of Cambodia, who's just having the best time ever. Well, he's so involved in the game, even when the ball isn't around him. And that's a very good habit. So Jung Kien sending the ball back out. And the referee has spotted that. Van Kang brought down. And it was Bunbit. Well, with the misdemeanor. Well, no caution's been handed out, so that's a good thing. Was just looking at Coach Kim San-sik, and I, very recently learned that the goalkeeping coach of Vietnam is actually Lee Woon Jae. And Lee Woon Jae, I've been a fan of his for the longest time. One of the greatest ever goalkeepers to come out of Asia, and probably the only one to have been nominated. The only Asian player nominated for the IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper of the 21st Century. That's a long one. And to have him as a goalkeeping coach, here's a free kick opportunity. Vietnam haven't reaped anything. Well, out of those, but not this time. That's a bullet from the head that will be turned away. And that flag certainly puts paid to it. But marvelous, you've got to give him credit for that. Absolute credit for it. Lee Duk. Marvelous diving header. Really wanted to get that in. And I was just talking about how Vietnam hadn't really, got into the goal as yet. That's a good call. The official, of course, on the side, just picking that up. And Van Wit just telling the official that he was assaulted, if that's the right word to put, but he did get the arm, and I think he was just not too happy about it. So I was just saying, Lee Woon Jae is the goalkeeping coach of Vietnam, and I've got to say that Jung Kien has probably one of the finest goalkeepers, well, helping him out. 330 club appearances in his career, Lee Woon Jae, and 133 appearances for his country, for Korea Republic. Let's not forget what makes him so important. He was a part of the 1994, 2002, 2006 and 2010 World Cup campaigns. How big is that? Well, if I was a young goalkeeper, I would have loved to have had him as a mentor. And Victor takes the tumble. Vietnam do get the benefit of that call. Now this time it was Vanet. I think the referee is saying, come on lad, let's get on with it. You don't want to sit down there and have a conversation. Well, did get a knock from behind on that right foot, no doubt about that. It was almost like Vanet using his foot as a training foot to help him out. Here goes Nat Ming. Well screened. Well screened there. Soka. Team Vietnam still looking forward to, well, their first goal. It hasn't been easy. They missed out on a few good opportunities. One, of course, was ruled out. And Victor was complaining that there's no penalty being awarded. Cambodia still have a lot of groundwork to do. We've just gone past the first quarter of this game. There's been no change in the scoreline as yet. Cambodia have got to win this game if they want, to secure their spot in the semi-finals. On the other hand, even a draw for Vietnam would see them through. Well, 3 men around 1 in blue, 3 men in red. It's never going to be easy, but he will take the run all the same, and that's, well, David. David will just testing the waters to see if there's any way he can create a path. Maybe also anchor the ball inside the opposition's goal. That ball's going to sail out. So an opportunity for Team Vietnam. Be taken by Anh Quan. It's back to Anh Quan. And Soka's not happy. He's not happy about the chance being granted to Team Vietnam, but if you get it on the replay and you're going to just say, well, the referee's decision is not just final and binding, but actually it's a good call by him. Let's get a view of that. And definitely a good call by a referee. There's a good left arm swing there from Sokapat. And the referee just making sure that all is in order before the game can progress. Got a couple of Vietnam fans, you can hear them singing. They're strong singers. Up against the side netting here. No way through this time as well, and it was Van Jong. And while those fan cheers will play out nice and clear, let's very quickly remind you that we still have a lot of action left in this game. To an opportunity, An Kwan. Free kick, not the most desirable here for Team Vietnam, but they'll take it all the same. Anything to reclaim possession would be fine. And there we go, looking at the possession, 29% for Cambodia. Vietnam have dominated with 71. 4 attempts on goal for Vietnam, and here's the interesting part. 1 attempt on goal for Cambodia, but that 1 attempt was on target. Straight back to Hiel Ming. Well, headers can be so good or they can be difficult. And Victor wants someone to be called out. So the action continues right here at the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium as Vietnam and Cambodia are still locked in the battle. The breakthrough hasn't come yet, but the plans for it to will definitely be on the cards. Opportunity here, running ahead, it's David. David with the setup that required a finish, and that's picked up safely by the keeper. So Jung Kien, a golden opportunity there for Cambodia. An absolutely wonderful setup from the left flank by David, and he was looking for Soknet. Straight back to keeper. Team Vietnam do understand how important this game is, but Cambodia, now they've had 2 shots on goal actually, and one was bang on target. The second one, every chance of it going in, had not been saved. Still trying to make a few inroads into that Cambodian side that has stalled them for a little bit. Yes, Vietnam. Well, it certainly looks like Vietnam are closing in on now. You got 7 men in red while swarming the area as Team Cambodia have all fallen back to defend. Now that's an interesting part, isn't it? I do remember watching a team once where all players ran in front and all players ran behind to defend, and then they ran in front back to attack. All. It was looking like a wave, keeping in mind the fact that they were all in the same line, but just a little ahead or a little behind each other. Well, just about escaping that tackle. It's off to Ein Kwan. And that's definitely going to be called out. There's no doubt about it. And Devon will receive a caution for it. Bit of a nasty one, actually, if you ask me. And that's what transpired there. So Devon picking up a caution there. And that was a bit of a takedown. What a hard challenge, actually, that he put up. Interestingly, while, you know, the Cambodian coach brings the Japanese style of football, which concentrates quite heavily on attack, and you can actually see it in motion. The Vietnamese coach, Kim San-sik, believes in a fine balance existing between the two, defense and attack. So the Japanese, for my that's an interesting battle here that we're looking at, because one of the key things in this is many would have just picked out, you know, Vietnam as the favorites to win this game. But here's Cambodia fighting hard. Victor gets it, slips it to Van Jong. Ein Kwan. And that's another one that'll fly past the away post. Quoc Viet. Quoc Viet definitely needs to sharpen his shooting boots and just get that head in the right direction. I didn't mean personally, but on the pitch. So just about 12 minutes shy of hitting the 45 here. Let's make that 11 minutes. And that's another one that's going to fly past. It just isn't turning out to be his day, but he's going to take whatever he can. And the captain this time decides that if no one's going to get a goal, might as well I do it. And that's when Quoc Viet was just absolutely upset about it. So the Vietnam captain, well, puts it past the near post, but still no way through. A corner? Absolutely. And those are always welcomed. And finally the breakthrough. It's taken a good bit of time, but it's finally here. And from an unlikely suspect, it is buildup. Well, it took some time to get there, and while Quoc Viet was doing his level best, well, There goes the corner. And that's an absolutely beautiful header. A bit unstoppable there, just beyond the reach of keeper Lee Heng. It's 1-0 Vietnam. So back to the beginning here for Cambodia. So Vietnam definitely not taking any chances, but well, Cambodia did try to score pretty much against the run of play. Vietnam have just gone about it like another day in the office. So it's straight back down to the Vietnamese defense. And here we go once again. 227 passes for Vietnam against 83 for Cambodia. 91% accuracy with those passes for Vietnam. 69 for Cambodia. 2 fouls conceded for Vietnam. Cambodia have conceded 8. What a joy this game is turning out to be. And there's just 1 goal so far, you know, up there on the scoreboard. And I do believe Cambodia have still got a chance to fight for it. Straight back to Jung Kien. Jung Kien will need a helping hand, and nobody better than Hiel Ming. Straight back to Jung Kien. It's going to be a throw in here. And Makara Tung. And there we go. Definitely a caution being handed out here. And I do believe that, well, Van Witt was walking the line of risk. He was already cautioned once earlier. The second time around, that elbow smashing into Victor's head. So all's well that ends well. Seven minutes shy, or 6.5 minutes shy of hitting the 45. It's just Vietnam 1, Cambodia 0. Don't forget that Vietnam, of course, have won the 2 previous editions of this tournament itself. And they'll be very, very eager to make it a hat-trick. So it's the one team in the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025 that is looking to become now the first team to win this tournament thrice. And that'll be history in the making. Well, it's just kind of cooled off a little bit here at the stadium. A little bit of a breeze, a wind draft coming in. Nothing to, you know, affect the players. Probably just to make them feel a little bit easier. So many opportunities, so much to do. Second corner opportunity here that can be converted, and that's exactly what, well, Captain Duncan Delsaus was doing. And that's absolutely fantastic there. Talk about defensive work being put up by the lads in blue and white. It's definitely a showing. Well, he suddenly rolled a few times there after being brought down. And that's what happened. He did take a knock to his, well, the right side of his thigh. But he's back up and about. And that is, of course, Lee Hoare. I spoke at length about Kim San-sik. Let's not forget to pay tribute to, well, coach Kyoji Gotoku. Both coaches have done a lot for their teams, and it's great to have them now training the next generation of footballers who are already on the verge of stardom here. That's another caution being handed out. We've had a few of them today, and this time it is Lee Hoare who will pick it up. The restart there from Hiel Ming. And a bit of joy here as Vietnam surge, as Cambodia surge ahead. Looks to be a lovely setup, and that's quick defensive measures being taken. Really got rid of that delivery. So Cambodia get a corner opportunity here. Makara will take it. They've had, well, I'd say the misfortune, you know, if I was not saying it in a lighter manner, but they've had the misfortune of picking up 3 yellow cards in a matter of 10 minutes. And that's been eventful. So 2 minutes shy of hitting the 45 here. Vietnam still hold the lead. It's a single goal lead, but what a marvelous goal that was struck earlier. 75% possession for Vietnam and 25 for Cambodia. 8 attempts with 1 on target, and that was a goal as well for Vietnam. Cambodia had 1 attempt on target, but it was well saved by Jung Kien. Here goes Lee Hoare. Chasing it down as Van Jong gets it back to and that's exactly what you call, well, a bit of tight defensive work, and Kwok Viet is not having a good day. And I do love that. Lee Heng saying, bring it on as long as I have my defenders in front of me. Well, Kwok Viet decided to set that up. All it needed was a finish, and that's a very good save there. And I said this earlier, didn't I? The teams that aren't considered the powerhouses in ASEAN football, and the ones, of course, that are still building as they go along, but when they put on a performance, it makes you stand up and watch intently. And Cambodia have just done that today. So Lee Duk gets in now. We are, of course, going to have a bit of added time thrown in. Not too many stoppages, so I don't expect it to be too much. And there we have it. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes of added time has been thrown in for stoppages. So Vietnam will be happy, but I don't think they'll be too happy about the fact that they haven't really scored much. Might come in that second 45 with a bit of a different game plan. It's always a team that likes to score goals, but we're looking at a very different team, and maybe, just maybe, you know, the way that coach Kim San-sik has worked with the lads. He could have changed his style of play because, well, he's a coach that concentrates very much on both sides of where the lads are, the defense as well as the attack and everything in between. And while he likes his defenders and attackers to be really strong, he likes his midfielders to be versatile. I mean, any coach would, to be fair, but I think, you know, Coach Kim San-sik does endorse that. Throw an opportunity taken there by Devon. Played off the opposition, and you're always going to get a throw-in opportunity, and that's what Anh Quan would be sure of. As he awaits the ball. Chasing it down on the back line, yes, Nat Ming. A long pass there from Nat Ming. I do believe that Cambodia still have a fighting chance, and they're aware of that. And that's pretty much the end of that first half, as referee Mustafa Mohammed Zulfikar brings this first 45 to an end. There was just 2 minutes of added time thrown in for stoppages, and let's remind you that it has been a tough battle. It wasn't easy peasy for Vietnam to just score, and that single goal, of course, was absolutely marvelous, which was struck by Lee Duc on 35 minutes. So Vietnam won, Cambodia nil, the score at halftime. Welcome back to second half action. It's going to be quite an interesting one here, because we've had a few changes and a few new lads have come on. Let's very quickly remind you that this is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandari Cup 2025, and we've pretty much come to, well, the last half of one of the last two games that are being played in the group stage. And so much, of course, does depend on this game. Vietnam pretty much have got themselves in a solid position. They can see the penultimate stage beckoning, but having said that, they do need to, well, confirm that they will win this game. There's still 45 minutes more to go, but at halftime it was Vietnam that took a single goal lead into the break, and that was, of course, on the back of a goal by Ali Duk. It was a marvelous header from him that gave them that lead on 35 minutes, and that's how we start off the second period. Vietnam 1, Cambodia 0. So Radamon, Sowan Makara and Narongkorn come in for David Chandrabol, Devin Uk and Lee Hor. Sowan Makara, the number 14, is another player who does play for the national side. He's a part of that senior team as well. It'll be interesting to see what he can do, on the pitch. Vietnam are pretty much stuck to the same squad for the time being. Just trying to figure out what Jung Kien was saying to his lads. It's Lucas who will take the corner for Cambodia. Oh, that's well defended. Straight on the line there. Great backup plan there for Jung Kien. And, well, a bit unfortunate. Narongkorn, well, denied the opportunity. That would have been such a good equalizer, but that is terrific defense. Let's get a view of what transpired there. Very smart header, and Ain Kwan just there to head that away. Head to head, literally. So terrific work being done here by Vietnam to, well, just protect the lead that they've got. And that's one of the things that some of the best teams do miss out on. Strong support from, the defenders or the wingers. Definitely an arm out there, but he's played that down very well. Sean Buck. And Van Chong has rolled over and he's got back up and about. Lucas getting it back to, well, Van Witt. At the other end, here's Panet. Keeper Lee Heng has to be very careful, because the Vietnamese attack, when they do bare their claws, they would come looking for you. %74% possession for Vietnam. Cambodia have got 26%, 10 attempts for Vietnam on goal compared to Cambodia's 4, 2 on target for both sides. Interesting. 2 out of 4 on target for Cambodia. Vietnam have just let fly with a few, and that ball's just gone past everybody, including Victor, who seemed to have been the closest to it. Well, doesn't really get it past Sowan Makara. And I do believe Ban Jong just taking the shot all the same. Ain Kwan gets ready to take the throw-in. But while we get a glimpse of what's going on the pitch, let's also just kind of recap what's happened so far. In Group A, Indonesia have sealed their spot in the knockout stage. They had, wins over... They had a draw with Malaysia, incidentally, which was a stalemate affair yesterday. But they won against the Philippines. They won against Brunei, and they won against, the Philippines. So it's an interesting battle there in Group A. And the Philippines, of course, sit 1 point literally behind Indonesia on the Group A table. But keeping in mind the fact that their last win was against the bottommost team, those points aren't taken into account. So they actually, logically, would have about 3 points there. So it depends on how all the other teams perform, because there's Group B and Group C second-place teams that will also be taken into account. Kwok Viet, and what a save there! Absolutely stunning save from Lee Heng. But it was Kwok Viet who took the corner. That is excellent reflexes. Now let's get a view of that. Well, that was really, really quick. Stunning save. On the outside here now it's Nat Ming. Kwok Viet. Back to Nat Ming. He's going to be looking for help. Decides to get it back to his defender. Will receive it back from Lee Duc. And it's still that single goal in favor of Team Vietnam. Cambodia defense, the three-way party here. But Anh Quan fails to light the candle at the end. Or certainly looked like that was going to pan out well. Smart setup coming from Nat Ming. But Anh Quan unable to guide that home. So two strong attacks, and Vietnam just beginning to, well, sharpen those claws a little bit as they attack. Corner opportunity. Sean Buck will take it. Chesting it down, Van Jong. Sean Buck still with it. Too many lads in red, and that's against the side netting. Much to the relief of Lee Heng, the Cambodian keeper. 5 men in red. That's literally, taking that cliched term, seeing red forward. And that's actually very admirable when you look at the kind of backup that's there, not just in defense but in attack as well. Here goes Victor, chance opportunity, drags that through but only to be obstructed. Soan Makara will have none of it here, but a corner will always be welcomed. We'll have to deal first with one wit before Soan Makara stepped in. Soan Makara just making sure that the ball was out of harm's way. Now the captain will do the honors. Here's Van Kang to take the corner for Team Vietnam. Another seasoned lad, highly skilled. Once again, defensive measures by the lads in blue and white. From the outside, an opportunity will just put that out of play. Pi Hong was looking for a chance to probably scoop that ball up, lob it into the, maybe get it into the goal. Absolutely beautiful evening here. The Gelora Bung Karno, always a joy to be at this stadium. It's such an iconic place. You know, so much has happened here in the last few years. Well, 73% possession for Vietnam, 27 for Cambodia, 15 attempts on goal with 3 on target for Vietnam, 4 attempts on goal with 2 on target for Cambodia. And that just goes to tell you, well, some of the attempts from Vietnam have gone a bit kind of wayward, but there have been some great saves from the Cambodian keeper as well. I was just talking about the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. And that's a wasted opportunity for Victor Lay. Was eyeing a goal there, but defensive measures being taken by One Wit and Kwok Viet will take the corner. Definitely looked at as one of the big stars in the future for the senior team, Kwok Viet. When we talk about, you know, this opportunity to be able to watch rising stars, well, he's pretty much a shining example of that. That's what you get to see in the ASEAN Under-23. Stars on the verge of the big time. Ball free kick earned. Straight off the arm of Soan Makara. Kwok Viet will take it. He's got a fairly strong foot. He can bend the ball. And that's put past the near post. And this time it's the captain who fails to find the target. Van Kang using his head. But not the way he would have liked to have used it. Sokapat will win the benefit of this call. Just get a view of players like Van Kang who've really, you know, been through, well, much. They've got a good amount of experience. They understand the game. In fact, almost as mature, sometimes even more mature than the senior players. And I mean that in the nicest way. There's a reason why he's the captain. Well, risky business, but defensive measures, and well done there to keep that away from Kwok Viet. Well, sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone, and Lee Heng, well, doing just that. Kwok Viet gets knocked over, so there's definitely going to be another opportunity in disguise here, and every free kick counts. Vietnam have had quite a number of them today. Once again, going in for the assist, gets it to his captain. Here's Van Kang, Van Jong. Cambodia quick to clear that danger. They're not taking any chances. They do understand that, well, too many men in red is not a good sign in their goal area. Well, I would think the same if I was facing the lads in red. It's been quite a battle of sorts here as well, the action continues. 58 minutes into this matchup. Vietnam still holding on to that single goal lead. The intent to score is there, but the intent to give in not coming from Cambodia. They put up a good fight here today. It's been very impressive from them, actually. We looked at some terrific saves. They had a few good attempts on goal. Throw in taken by Makara. This is Makara Thum. Straight ahead there from Lee Heng, the keeper. Straight out of line, not too much of a worry. Here goes Kwok Viet back again. Straight pass back there to Pi Huang. Once again, Pi Huang gets to it. That's punched away. Looks like he's taken a bit of a knock to the arm there, Li Heng. Well, clashed with Victor. For an opportunity, he was on a bit of a solo run there, but great defense being put up. Heel Ming. Well, once again, a bit of a tussle. It was Narong. And just being kept away there by Pi Huang. That'll go past the right post, no worries as yet. But a corner for Cambodia, well, could change, well, the outcome of this game. Was just looking back at, Kwok Viet was a part of the Vietnam under-23 squad that took part in the ASEAN under-23 Youth Championship in 2022. Scored in the victory against the Thailand team, then in the Singapore team in the group stage, but was ruled out of the rest of the tournament as he had COVID. Came back, and it was sweet payback for himself when in the 2023 event he scored 1 goal in the semi-final, missed a penalty during the final, but all the same the Vietnamese team did win. And that's in! What a joy! US Cambodia draw level! Absolutely marvelous! And it's Radomon who makes it 1-1. Vietnam taken by surprise. And that's exactly what I said. Team Cambodia today, they are playing a game. And Radomon's done well. Corner opportunity, needed that header, glances it perfectly. And Luca Lim, of course, right behind that delivery. So even Stevens at the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, and it's game on, yeah. Well, if you thought this game was just going to be one-sided, I'm sure you'll be happy it isn't. Oh, what a change. A much-needed one. There's an interesting thing. If you look at the statistics, and when we run it by you again, you'll see Vietnam have had so many shots on goal. Not all of them have been goal-directed or on target. Cambodia have had way fewer shots on goal, and all of them have been on target. Cambodia, a bit more spirit in there, spring in their step. Well, it's anyone's game to win, but could be a chance here for an upset as well. And if Cambodia, well, do manage to win this, and that's going to put the Philippine spot in a bit of jeopardy. Because do remember, in Group A, we've got 4 teams, and in Group B and C, you've got 3 teams each. So they play fewer matches. The Group A lads play 3 games each, while the Group B and C lads will probably play about 2 games each. And you have to take the points and the match is played into mine. Now, I'm not going to do the math for you, but I'm just going to say this. If Cambodia win this, it's going to throw that fourth or the third team that comes in pretty much into the open. And I don't know what the score is of the Thailand game, but we'll find that out in just a bit, because that could also change things around. Well, here goes the captain, Van Kang, taking it all the way through. Gets a good assist in, and that's another good save. Absolutely stunning work as Ain Kwong is kept away again by keeper Lee Heng. Just a gentle punch to knock that ball away. And here come reinforcements for Team Vietnam. Replacing Victor, it is Ding Bak, the number 7. And also Tan Dat will replace Pi Huang. So Ding Bak and Tan Dat have come in. Absolutely marvelous work being done here by the captain. Set that up, and then Ain Kwong was pretty much on course to score. Corner opportunity for Team Vietnam. Van Kang takes it, and that's into the safe arms of Lee Heng. Well, the Cambodia keeper, oh, he's riding a cloud here today. Absolutely marvelous performance. He's had some terrific saves. A quick pass there to the right flank. And that's moved ahead. And the Karatum coming in. One-arm punch to dispel the danger. And then Van Jong will be blocked. But Van Jong wants it back. Ain Kwong gets right behind it. Well, looking for a bit of helping hand. It's Van Jong back again. It's going to be off to Nat Ming. Quoc Viet held away, and they're definitely going to win the benefit of that call. And it's, well, one bit. Well, the guilty lad. Well, don't forget, all things said and done, Quoc Viet is their star player. Well, so are Victor and Van Kang. But as was said earlier, from inside the team itself, if Quoc Viet gets going, that game's going to be pretty much a goal fiesta. Quick defensive measures being taken. Quick pass there to the captain from Tan Dat. And earlier it was Ding Bak who took the free kick. 380 passes for Vietnam, 166 to Cambodia, 89% accuracy for Vietnam versus 72% passes that were accurate for Cambodia. To Cambodia, there was a big imbalance right at the start of the game as far as the passes were concerned, in possession too. Now that's kind of shifted. It's not really, you know, a balance as yet, but it's kind of shifted. Yes, Soka kept away by Van Kang. One bit. Will have to reclaim it for his team. Straight off to keeper Lee Heng. Lee Heng's got to decide which man to pass it to. Van Bit, the easiest. Yes, Soka. Soka, well, sending it back to Luca. Now Van Bit gets it to 1-8. And it's just something that I was talking about earlier, how both these teams, you know, do have different styles of play. And that's because one has a Korean coach that believes very strongly in the balance. That's Kim San-sik. And then you have Koji Gyotoku, who's the coach of Cambodia, and who believes in a bit of an attacking style. It's a very Japanese style of football that he does bring. Now the flavor of or that style of football. It's very evident in the way the lads play. Not a team to be taken lightly. Cambodia have been very, very impressive here today. Here goes Van Jong. Just waiting for, well, his troops to arrive. First there was 1, now there are 6. Straight pass back from, well, Ding Bak. Oh, that was, sorry, Thandat. And Vanvit is not happy. But, well, he's been responsible for quite a few lads going down. Oh, it was a quick clearance from him, and to be fair to him, of course, well, that did come before. Nathming came close. We've got a few more changes coming on. It's Lee Duck and Nguyen and Sean Buck who are replaced. So Tuan Pung comes in for Lee Duck. And Sean Buck has been replaced by Kong Pung. Well, Tuan Pung is coming for Lee Duck. Lee Duck was the sole goal scorer for Vietnam so far in this game. And we do have a lad being treated from Cambodia. It's Thandat, just waiting to take the free kick. Straight back to Van Jong. Van Jong finding Nathming. Thandat sending it to Van Kang. Stick a foot out, and yes, Kwok Viet! And once again, a terrific save, and that is definitely an opportunity missed. What an opportunity missed. Thandat could have got it in on the rebound. Well, terrific strike from Kwok Viet, but I'm going to say 11 and 10 for that save. Just alert to the danger here, Lee Heng. Oh, he's been on high alert, and he's certainly earned his wages, need the ball. 72 minutes in, Vietnam won, Cambodia won. Well, sometimes you have teams that get overwhelmed by the performance of teams that are slightly stronger or that have had most success over the years. And then you have sometimes teams that just play for a win. And, well, definitely, Team Cambodia have got that on their minds. Win or lose the game, it doesn't matter. It's what you take to the pitch that matters. And Rado just shaking on it with Hilming as Sokal gets ready to take the throw-in. Looking for a quick clearance there was Hilming. Luca tries to get it away, Van Kang. And I do believe that Team Vietnam will win the benefit of that call. Well, time has moved on pretty quick. It just looks like a little while back that we started the second period. And Kwan, but there's been so much of action on the pitch. It's just... well, it's just... well, the right recipe for a good game. had a very interesting quote that I picked out from watching one of the legendary footballers a while back, and he was asked whether he would like a one-sided goal fest or would he like a two-way battle. And it's strange because he said even if it was his team scoring the goals, he'd actually love a two-way battle, and that's the challenge of the game, isn't it? And I think Vietnam have got a challenge here today. They're an extremely strong team, there's no doubt about it. Quick run there from Dinh Buc. Dinh Buc trying to, well, create an opportunity. The team Cambodia fighting for possession. And Van Kang will restore to his lads. And here comes Thanh Dat. It's off to, well, Dinh Buc. Just outside the box. Back to Thanh Dat. Will wing back, will sidestep it. Van Chong. Van Kang. Van Kang will receive it back again. Well, definitely a plan here in mind. Quoc Viet to Van Kang, and Van Kang sends that towards the stars. Well, he's had a few misdirected efforts on goal. And I think, well, Coach Kim San-sik just a little bit concerned now. Interestingly, if Vietnam finish this game with a draw, they'll still be at the top of the table. If only Cambodia defeat them, then that changes the equation to a certain extent. But then, on the other hand, in Group C, if Thailand win their encounter, that's going to be another story. So Thailand have already got one win in the bag. Well, just walling that to his teammate. Bit of a tussle there between Heel Ming and Radamon. But that interception a bit odd because that ball did rebound off well, the foot. I don't think that was the intention of the Cambodia front line. Here's Thanh Dat. Will weave his way with the ball, was looking for Dinh Buc. Here's Soka. Back to keeper Lee Heng. Just making sure that the ball doesn't trickle back and into his goal. Well, just about a minute and a half shy of 80 here. And that's Kyoji Gotoku, the coach of Team Cambodia. Well, he always looks like a very laid-back coach. He isn't. He's extremely interactive. He's got his eye on everything that happens. And Quoc Viet just going through the motions here today. One that's played a big role. And so has Lee Heng. Definitely the most interesting player on the pitch today, the Cambodian goalkeeper. Soka. Straight down the line. He's actually looking for Stocknet. If you just look back at some of these matches well in the past, Vietnam under-23 team are a very, very interesting game, a very interesting team to watch. Because if you look at the game that they played against Laos and the game that they played against Cambodia, they have switched gears. It's been a bit of a change, but it's Cambodia who just shifted from probably second gear to sixth for this one. There's Van Kang. That's turned away. Tandat was trying to get that in. We've got a few more reinforcements coming this time for Cambodia, as Tina gets ready to come in along with Mei Hong. And they replace Soka Pat and Soknat Hall. So 66% possession with 20 attempts on goal and 5 on target for Vietnam. Cambodia, almost half that, 34% possession, only 6 attempts on goal but 3 on target. And that's saying something. And that's an absolutely stunning goal straight to the right-hand corner. So Vietnam have got the lead, and this time it is Ding Bak. Well, knew that was going to come at some point of time. Vietnam needed that. Well, that's an absolutely fantastic delivery and perfect execution. Tandat with the delivery, Ding Bak with the execution. And here's the good part of it. Both these players came on the field at the same time. So reinforcements is the right word. They've definitely got a goal in there for their team. Vietnam 2, Cambodia 1 on 83 minutes. Always a joy here to see another goal struck, and now Cambodia, well, do have limited time if they want to get that equalizer in. To be precise, it's just a little over 7 minutes before we hit the 90. There will be a bit of stoppages thrown in for good measure, but there's not going to be too much because there was no real incidents on the pitch. These lads are a tough bunch. They fall, they roll, they get up, and they're back and about. And as I said, win or lose, Cambodia have got, well, a lot to be proud of today. Kwok Viet is not happy with that call. Missed out on finding the target today, and here's one more change. And it is Kwok Viet who'll come off. And in for him, it's going to be, well, Van Thuan. Van Thuan, one of the younger players in the team. So Van Thuan, along with Kong Pung, that is the number 22 and the number 18. They're very young lads, born in 2006. The younger lads in the team. We've called them the babies of the team. I won't say that. I'll say the younglings of the team. Well, time certainly moves on. About 4 minutes left in this encounter. As I said, you know, a few minutes thrown in for stoppages, but Vietnam doing nothing that was flashy, but just doing enough to get themselves into the mix. Now, keep in mind the fact that Thailand and Myanmar, of course, have yet to change their scoreline, but if that game ends in a draw, Thailand will still progress. What's interesting here is that Vietnam was not going to be satisfied with coming away with the draw. And Cambodia really made them work for this one. It hasn't been a regular day or a regular outing for the lads in red. And here goes Thandat. It's back to his good mate, Ding Bak. Now stepping in, Pi Huang. Quick pass back from Kong Pung. It's back to Pi Huang. Here goes Van Jong. Now stepping it up, Ein Quang. Straight back to Ding Bak. 477 passes for Vietnam versus 249 for Cambodia. 5 fouls conceded for Vietnam, 18 for Cambodia, but 88 passes, 88% accuracy for Vietnam. Not bad from Cambodia, just 10% behind with 78. Yes, and that tells us a bit of a story. It's been, if Vietnam win this game, they really had to sweat to earn the victory, and Cambodia really pushing them to the extreme as much as they could. Here's Ding Bak. It's great interception there by the back line, and stolen once again. Van Jong behind it. But here goes Luko Lim. Now stepping in, Vietnam looking at another attack. Well, that ball's going to sail out, even as, well, Thandat was getting close. And Kong Pung missing out entirely on it. Through an opportunity that'll go to Team Cambodia. Well, let's remind you once again that this is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. And we are coming at you live from the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, where it's been an absolutely pleasant day. Humidity's been, well, about 72 or 73%, but nothing that I can complain about. The lads on the pitch, well, they've seen harder days, so it's been quite pleasant. 26 to 27 degrees Celsius. And, well, Vietnam with a single goal lead over Cambodia. We've got a few more minutes to go, depending on how long or what is the added time. But having said that, this will be a very constructive win for Vietnam. Because if they do win it, they will seal their spot in the semi-finals, along with Indonesia, who already, secured a berth for themselves. And the host nation, one of the favorites to win this tournament. Let's not discount the other big ones in here. You've got Vietnam, you've got Thailand, and whichever is the 4th team that makes it through. Straight back to keeper Lee Heng. Here's Narong Kon. Well, that's going to be a bit of a wide shot. But I think given the time that you have, you want to go in for the long one, and it's Van Tuan. I did mention this, he's one of the two youngest lads in the team. 3 minutes of added time. That's what we have for stoppages, just 3 minutes of added time. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I think the odd bit is when you think about it, what exactly can Cambodia do in the next couple of minutes? And if they can come away with another goal, well, that changes a lot of things. Because from making sure that you're through or sealing your passage, and that's picked up safely. What an opportunity missed once again. It's been a bit of a thorn in the side of that Vietnam defense. Rado. Exceptional player. Very, very skilled. And Quang, he's played a stellar role in today's game. He's been all over, well, the pitch, creating opportunities, setting them up, doing what he could do best. But there hasn't been, well, a goal for him, and I don't think that's going to matter to him at all, because he does know at the end of the day, it's all about that title defense. Vietnam looking forward to a hat-trick of titles, and if they win the Mandari Cup 2025, it'll be 3 under-23 ASEAN under-23 championships in a row. Something that no other team has done. And that's just going to go a bit wide. Slight deflection there, you would have thought, but wasn't entirely behind that strike. Kong Pung. It was actually clean, no deflection at all. So interesting how he's played that out. Play on, says the official, and Rado, of course, definitely wants a goal. Well, came on to the pitch, made the difference here for his team, Rado, and I think that's the important part. Bit of a strange knock there, you would think, and it was well, Ding Buck. And the referee will grant it to Team Vietnam. I think that's what... and that's pretty much the end of the event here, as Vietnam will seal their place in the semi-finals of the ASEAN Under-23 Mandari Cup 2025. What an amazing battle this has been. Well, Lee Duc scoring in that first period of play to give Team Vietnam the lead. And then that equalizer coming from Rado in the second period to make it 1-all. And finally, a sharp header from Ding Buc with an assist from his good friend Tan Dat, making all the difference. Cambodia put on a show here today, and they should be proud. So there we go, Ding Buc and Lee Duc responsible for that victory for Vietnam, with Ding Buc scoring the winning goal, Rado scoring the sole goal for Cambodia. Vietnam 2, Cambodia 1, the final score. Thank you for sharing the action of this encounter with us. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'll be back with you for the semi-finals on the 25th. So don't forget to join us then.
Xin chào Quốc Việt. Quốc Việt đánh giá thế nào về màn trình diễn của bản thân em trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay khi mà Quốc Việt sau trận thứ 2 vẫn chưa thể nổ súng?
Đối với em thì trận đấu này thì em có cơ hội nhưng mà em thể hiện em thực hiện chưa thật tốt, và đối với toàn đội thì hôm nay trận đấu rất là tốt, nhưng mà đội em phung phí quá nhiều cơ hội nên là để Campuchia gỡ một bàn đấy cũng hơi khó khăn.
Ở trong buổi tập ngày 20 ấy thì Quốc Việt đã được thầy Kim gọi riêng ra cùng với Lê Victor để tập kỹ năng dứt điểm đúng không? Và sau cái buổi tập đấy thì Việt rút ra được những bài học gì cho bản thân mình?
Lúc đấy thầy ra chỉ em là chạy chỗ sao cho không bị việt vị, cũng như là cải thiện cái cách di chuyển của em ạ.
Việt đánh giá thế nào về đối thủ sắp tới của chúng ta ở bán kết, và liệu rằng chúng ta sẽ vào đến trận cuối cùng chứ và lên ngôi vô địch?
Khi mà vào bán kết rồi thì đối thủ nào cũng là khó khăn hết, nhưng mà bọn em là Việt Nam thì em luôn luôn hết mình và cống hiến hết mình ạ.
Cảm ơn Quốc Việt.
Dạ, hết rồi.
Okay. As a captain, you made many crucial saves today. What would you like to say about the team's effort despite the result?
សម្រាប់យើងជាប្រធានក្រុមថ្ងៃហ្នឹងយើងសេវបាល់បានច្រើនតែយើងចង់និយាយមិនដែរសម្រាប់ពីលទ្ធផលហ្នឹង
នេះជាលទ្ធផលមួយដែលយើងអត់ចង់បានទេព្រោះយើងចាញ់គេព្រោះយើងត្រូវការឡើងតែវាជានេះវាប៉ះជើងខ្លាំងវៀតណាមអញ្ចឹងយើងលេងបានប៉ុណ្ណឹងយើងគិតថាល្អ
That's not the result that we want because we need to win to go to the next round. But anyway, the result is the result. He think that at least our team to try his best to play against the Vietnam, one of the strongest team in the region.
Okay. This result loss means the team won't advance to semifinals. What's your message to your teammates after this tournament?
Message.
What is your message to your teammates after this tournament?
ឥឡូវយើងអត់អាចឡើងទៅវគ្គបន្តទេតើយើងមានសារអីសម្រាប់ដល់មិត្តរួមក្រុមយើងទេ
អរគុណដល់មិត្តរួមក្រុមដែលបានចូលរួមហើយប្រឹងប្រែងពីប្រកួតដំបូងរហូតដល់ទីបញ្ចប់
Yeah, he just only would like to thank to all the teammates that train very hard, work very hard from the first day until the finish today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, this is an event. Remember the last group stage game of Group B. And what a save there. Well, Jung Kian doing well. At this time, Lee Heng will be satisfied. Oh, what a header that is. But that's been ruled out. Oh, absolutely phenomenal there. And that's Lee Duc who puts Vietnam ahead on 35 minutes. It's Vietnam 1, Cambodia 0. And Quoc Viet looking for another opportunity. And that's a good save from Lee Heng. And that's kept away as well. At this time, a backup plan. Well, An Quang coming to the rescue. Oh, that would have been such a sharp shot, but Lee Heng saves it. Quoc Viet and Van Kang puts that past the near post. There's still 1-1 here. Oh, that's the equalizer. Well, Cambodia have got back in, and it's Rado with a strike. Luca with the delivery. It's 1-1. Here goes Wan Kang. Wan Kang with the plan, you would think. Slips it straight across, and that's once again Ein Kwong kept away by keeper Lee Heng. What a performance today from the goalkeeper. Kwok Viet will be denied this time. And on the rebound, that's put absolutely wide. And that's what transpired. Straight up in the air, and bingo! That is a much-needed goal here as Ding Bak makes it 2-1 Vietnam. A delivery by Tan Dat earlier that saw Ding Bak score that goal. Vietnam still hungry for more. And the final score, it's Vietnam 2, Cambodia 1, with Vietnam qualifying for the semi-finals.